Shocking developments have once again rocked the MotoGP world, as fresh insider information points to strong indications that a potential retirement plan for Marc Marquez may already be quietly taking shape behind the scenes. Even more surprising, Ducati is reportedly far from passive, allegedly identifying two major names as possible replacements in a bold scenario that could dramatically reshape the competitive landscape. If these reports prove accurate, this goes far beyond typical paddock rumors. It could signal the beginning of an entirely new era filled with unexpected twists in the most prestigious motorcycle racing championship in the world. So is this truly the start of the end of Marquez's dominance? And who are the two figures waiting in the wings to take over? Let's break it down. Marquez's future has once again become a central talking point across the MotoGP paddock. The discussion is no longer limited to his on-track performances, but now involves a complex mix of intense competition, a long history of injuries, and the mindset of a champion who has always raced with a hunger to win. Amid all this uncertainty, Ducati appears to be taking no chances, quietly preparing a major contingency plan in case their star rider decides to step away earlier than expected. Every time Marquez returns to the track, expectations remain sky-high, with fans hoping to witness his peak form once again. However, the reality has been more complicated. The effects of past injuries continue to linger. Persistent shoulder issues, combined with serious arm complications stemming from the incident at the Circuit of the Americas, still act as major limitations. In today's ultra-competitive MotoGP era, even the slightest physical imperfection can separate victory contenders from those simply fighting to hold position. As one of the most physically demanding sports in the world, MotoGP pushes riders to their absolute limits, heavy braking within seconds, aggressive directional changes at extreme speeds, and constant exposure to intense G-forces in every corner. This level of demand leaves no margin for weakness. In this context, even minor physical limitations can significantly impact consistency, confidence, and overall performance. That is the ongoing battle Marquez faces, not just against his rivals, but against his own body. Speculation about his future intensified following remarks from MotoGP journalist Jack Appleyard during a widely discussed podcast. He suggested that if Marquez's physical condition does not significantly improve by mid-season or even toward the latter stages, the possibility of early retirement becomes increasingly realistic. This isn't just casual speculation. It reflects the difficult reality confronting one of MotoGP's greatest talents. For Marquez, finishing in the top 5 has never been the goal. His entire career has been defined by a clear philosophy: he races to win, not simply to participate. That mindset, once his greatest strength, may now be a double-edged sword. With title chances narrowing and physical limitations still present, retirement could begin to appear as a logical decision, rather than continuing without a genuine opportunity to compete at the level that has always defined him. Beyond the physical struggle, the mental challenge is just as significant, though often overlooked. For a rider of Marquez's stature, the pressure extends far beyond the racetrack. It comes from the immense expectations tied to his legacy. After years of dominance and setting incredibly high standards, accepting that peak performance may no longer be attainable can become a heavy psychological burden. Throughout motorsport history, many legends have stepped away not because of age, but because they recognized they could no longer consistently perform at the highest level. That realization requires brutal honesty, often harder than facing any rival on track. While uncertainty surrounds Marquez, Ducati has been anything but idle. The Italian manufacturer has shown clear intent in preparing for every possible outcome. In recent years, they have built a strong and flexible rider structure across both factory and satellite teams, giving them the ability to react quickly to sudden changes. Within this framework, two names have emerged as realistic and promising alternatives. Furman Aldegger is viewed as a long-term investment, a young talent with immense potential and an aggressive riding style that fits Ducati's philosophy. Meanwhile, Fabio Di Giannantonio represents a more immediate solution, an experienced MotoGP rider with a solid understanding of top-level competition. Importantly, both riders are already integrated within Ducati's system. This means any potential transition would likely require minimal adaptation to the Desmos Desai's characteristics, a crucial advantage in such a competitive environment. Aldegger clearly represents the future, young, fearless, and full of growth potential. However, promoting him too early could disrupt Ducati's long-term strategy, especially in relation to satellite teams like VR46 Racing Team. On the other hand, Daikin Antonio offers stability and proven performance. His strong form at the start of the 2026 season has already caught attention, with Ducati reportedly considering retaining him amid interest from rival teams like Yamaha Factory Racing. If Ducati opts for a low-risk transition, Daikin Antonio appears to be the most logical choice. A major shift within Ducati now seems increasingly possible. If a rider reshuffle occurs, a factory seat would instantly become one of the most coveted positions in Motogp. This is not just about replacing a superstar, it's about building a long-term foundation to maintain dominance in an ever-tightening championship. At the same time, Pedro Acosta is widely expected to remain a key figure in Ducati's future thanks to his extraordinary talent and competitive mindset. A potential pairing with either Aldeguer or Daikin Antonio could create a new generation lineup, young, aggressive, and highly adaptable. Still, Ducati has strong reasons to keep Marquez at least until the regulation changes in 2027. With major shifts coming in engine specifications, aerodynamics, and overall bike design, Marquez's experience as a development rider could prove invaluable. That makes the 2026 season a defining moment. If Marquez stays, Ducati gains stability and experience. If he retires, the team can fast-track a new era and reshape its future. By preparing for both scenarios, continuing with Marquez or transitioning to a new generation, Ducati ensures one thing above all: staying at the top in MotoGP next era.